Hello, everybody. Welcome to episode 2 of our sports podcast. I'm Brian,
And I'm James.
and we would like to welcome you back. We still have no name for this podcast. We are terribly sorry, but I don't care enough. All right, so let's cut to the chase today. Also, before I cut to the chase, let's wish this man, James, a happy late birthday. His birthday was last weekend. That's why we did not film an episode last weekend. Let's give him a little round of applause.
Thanks, man.
Sweet 16. I'm not quite there yet, but he is.
So
we just had a really busy weekend last week. Sorry we couldn't film for you guys. But this week we're back on the high horse, and we've got a lot to talk about. Especially our main topic, which, James, what's our main topic today?
John frickin' Cena. What have you done?
Yeah, he's really mad about it. I'm really heartbroken. But that's what we're going to start off with today. Then we'll get into NFL free agency, which has started to slow down a lot after the week's events. Had some interesting signings, not as many as in previous years, but we're still going to go over them. And I have some NFL breaking news, which I'll bring to you in a little bit. After that, getting into basketball, NBA, and college, as the selection show actually is coming up in about 2 hours. I'm going to order myself some Taco Bell for that. But we're going to get that. Talk some predictions, say which teams are going in, which teams are going out, as there's only one game going on right now. Well, actually two, about considering and determining the last two teams that are going to punch their ticket to the dance. So, without further ado, let's get started with our first topic. John Cena.
Oh my god.
John Cena, who is a baby face of WWE for 20 years, excluding basic thugonomics, has turned heel.
Oh my god. I don't know what to say. That man is now a cancer on Earth, and he needs a kick in the frickin' ass by Cody Rhodes right now.
Dang, okay. Well, we'll see what happens tomorrow on Raw, but man, as someone, many people were watching that Elimination Chamber Toronto live, which actually, before we talk about the John Cena, let's go into the men's match results, because that match was very good.
Yeah.
So, men's chamber, final three. It was Rollins, Punk, and Cena. Rollins got GTS and got the attitude adjustment and got out. For a second, I was like, maybe Punk's going to win. Maybe Punk's going to do it. But then Seth Rollins curb stomps him on the steel, and Cena wins the match with the STF. Which used to be the STFU, which means shut the fuck up, but we're going to ignore that fact now. So, for me, it was actually really surprising that John Cena won, because he's on his retirement tour. You would think, hey, they wouldn't have him go for a championship this late, but I guess they did. So it was a surprise to me. Yeah. But then you got Cody Rhodes. At that point, there was no information about if he accepted the offer, so you knew it was going to come eventually, and that's when it was. Came out, shook Cena's hand, and then you know who had to come out.
The final boss himself.
With a special guest.
Travis Scott? Like, what the fuck?
What the hell is Travis Scott doing? Like, no, there was no point of that man being there. But I mean, why not? Even my cat. Yeah, you heard him, hopefully. He hates the idea as well. But anyway. So he comes out. We're thinking, okay, Cody Rhodes, you know he's not going to accept the offer. I already knew he wasn't in the first place. So, yeah. And by the way, before I move on with this, I remember, James, you said last week that it got spoiled for you, but this magnitude event that I'm about to explain did not get spoiled, actually. If you want to tell them what Twitter said to you.
Might as well. So the plan that was leaked on Twitter, still not calling it X,
Yeah,
had
no.
Drew McIntyre going back to WrestleMania and competing for the undisputed WWE Championship, which we know now by John, Cody, and the final boss and Travis Scott. We know that didn't happen.
Yeah, no. Yeah, no, that clearly did not happen. Actually, not even close. But so what happened next? And this was one of my favorite parts from the night, if not my favorite. Cody Rhodes, his famous lines. I gave my soul to these people in this ring a long time ago. Hey, Rock, go fuck yourself! Oh my God, that was awesome. That was great. When I heard that, I was like, yes, yes. This is gonna end on a positive note. Cena acting, overreacting, like, oh my God, oh my God.
And
Then
then
they embrace.
the final boss looks at John. He gives the throat slit impression, walks away, and then BAM! Low blow.
Cena with the low blow to Rhodes. And then they proceeded to beat him with a Rolex, the championship belt. Even Travis Scott got like a punch or two in there. It was sad. It was
Yeah.
sad. And, obviously The Rock pulled out his belt thing and whipped Rhodes with that. That was crazy.
Oh God, I can't imagine that. That must be painful.
Yeah. I mean, obviously, painful. WWE superstars go through a lot. Some stuff, is a little more over exaggerated than others, but whew.
Yeah.
Yeah, taking a whip by a belt's not over exaggerated.
Yeah, you can't really fake that.
Yeah, you can't. Well, yeah. Well, that's another discussion for another day. But, you know, crazy, And a few days later, WWE posted on their Twitter, like, the reactions of kids. You can't think, like, oh my God, look at these kids. What are they thinking? Younger than us. Like, you're talking about 8-year-olds and all that. You can't imagine what they thought of this.
The older fans were tripping.
Oh yeah, they were tripping. I looked at some reactions. A lot of people were very interested and loved the idea. Some people were like, "Oh my God, no!"
Yeah.
So, with that, James, what's your opinion on this? Was it the right move by Cena to turn heel 20 years into his career on his retirement tour, or is it way too late? Do you think he should have done this a long time ago?
I've been waiting for a little heel turn myself, if you know what I mean, but I feel like 20 years, that's just way too late. When I feel like what John should have done when he should have turned heel for real was SummerSlam 2014, where he was squashed by Brock Lesnar for like 16
Ooh.
minutes and lost the championship. That should have happened at SummerSlam 2014.
I remember that match too. I didn't watch it, but I remember what happened. He got squashed.
Yeah, that
He
wasn't
got
the first time that the older fans were tripping about John.
Yeah, in my opinion, it's an interesting move. It's a bold move by WWE to have this happen. Like bold. I credit them for taking this move. It's like, holy crap, this is gonna pull in tons of people. But at the same time, you gotta think with John Cena, like he's filming movies everywhere. Like the night after, or like the night of Chamber, after he finished there, he had to fly all the way like to Europe or whatever to film a movie, or like to Africa.
Oh my
So
gosh.
like, and he's not even appearing on Raw until tomorrow. So that's like 2 weeks after the Chamber event.
What will he have to say tomorrow? What is going to be his excuse for turning heel?
Yeah, that's gonna be an interesting one.
Question on everyone's mind tomorrow.
Yeah, I mean, if you want my opinion on all this,
All right, go for
I
it.
mean, like I said, it's bold. It's bold. I mean, I love that they want to do it, but like, it's like a really late, like it's really late to do it. You know, Cena's on his retirement tour for sakes. Like he's not going to be around much longer. Like this WrestleMania is his last. So you know, whew, I mean, crazy stuff. Like the thought of the match is actually really cool. I think it'll be a good match. But it
Mm.
seems more of a night one event instead of the night two.
People are expecting it to be a 5-star, like
I,
how the triple threat at WrestleMania 39 between Gunther, Sheamus, and McIntyre. People are expecting a 5-star like that.
yeah, I think it'll be a good match. But you know, there's this here's and obviously there's going to be other matches confirmed later. Like Roman Reigns, he just came back, so he's going to have some sort of match. I think it'll be him and Rollins at WrestleMania, or maybe it'll be a triple threat: Rollins versus Punk versus Reigns. Yeah, that'd be a good match. I'd be very interested in that.
Bro needs to stop disappearing after every PLE. Like, he disappeared after War Games, he disappeared after the Royal Rumble for a little while, and now he's back again.
Yeah, my boy is really, really gone. But anyway, you know, more WrestleMania talk will definitely come on this podcast at the start of April because that is where the matches start getting more confirmed, and you'll know the schedule will be more coming in. And obviously, I'm going to guarantee you guys this now. This podcast will definitely. There might be a 2-episode special on the weekend of WrestleMania. Might be a WWE exclusive episode on that weekend, Saturday and Sunday.
That would be fun.
That'd be fun. So we'll see in the future. But I'll try and see what we can do with that. But we'll see what happens tomorrow on Raw. See what Cena has to say, what Rhodes has to say, and we'll react to that next week.
Yeah, and while we're still on the topic of WWE, we talked a lot about the men's chamber, but there was also another chamber match that day as well.
Yeah, women's chamber. I was happy with it. You know, a very good match. I just don't know why they make Naomi turn kind of heel now. Like, I always loved her character. She does not need to go back to the dark side or whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, that's not her style. Like, yeah. But Bianca Belair, that whip on Liv Morgan was crazy. You could hear that.
My God, that was almost as loud as when she hit Sasha Banks at WrestleMania 37.
Yeah, that was, whew. But anyway, it was a good match. I like the thought of Bianca Belair and Io Sky. But,
Yeah.
you know, Bianca Belair and Rhea Ripley would have been good too, but we'll see. We'll see. But now let's get into the NFL. And before we get into free agency, let me tell you guys the breaking news. NFL quarterback Deshaun Watson has gotten engaged.
How?
That's the breaking news, guys. I'm sorry if you guys were expecting something else, but that's the news I gotta tell y'all.
Surely there has to be more, bro. That can't be all that happened.
That's the news. That's the news I had to tell you guys.
Yeah, you disappointed me, boy.
Hey, I wouldn't bring this up if it was any other player, but like Deshaun Watson, how does my guy get engaged? He has 30 assault charges basically on him.
Yeah, how did that happen?
How did that happen? I read the comments section of like whatever happened, and they're like, "Oh yeah, he got lifetime masseuse now." That's messed up, but like, it's crazy, man. Yeah, I don't know how that happened, but that's kind of ironic. But yep, that's the news. But getting off that, NFL free agency.
There's been a lot of big moves, so let's start with some moves that have shaken up the landscape. Starting off with the quarterbacks and wide receivers. Sam Darnold signs with the Minnesota Vikings, which
Sam Darnold did not sign with the Minnesota Vikings. He signed with the
Oh my
Seahawks.
God, I meant.
He signed with the Seahawks, my boy.
Hold on, it's a little confusing. I can't keep up with all the free
Okay.
agency.
I've
but
got you. I've got you. Don't worry.
the Seahawks.
I was in school and like I remember I'd be checking ESPN's free agency tracker every like 5-10 minutes. So I've got you. Don't worry. I've got
Okay.
you.
Sam Darnold goes to the Seahawks.
$100 million, 3 years. Is it worth it?
Maybe for a team like Pittsburgh, who just lost Justin Fields, but
Oh no, don't worry. Pittsburgh's gonna sign Aaron Rodgers. They'll be fine.
Oh, can you just go already?
He doesn't like Aaron Rodgers. I think you guys can tell.
Yeah, I hate that man. I don't know why. I just hate that man.
Yeah, this guy's a Buccaneers fan too. Like he wasn't even in Green Bay's conference or whatever. He still hates the man. So, but Darnold to the Seahawks, in my opinion, decent move. You know, Seahawks needed a quarterback after the Geno Smith trade. So, yeah, you know, decent move. Darnold definitely broke out last year. Kind of slowed down during playoff time, end of the year, but we'll see. But bringing in Cooper Kupp also, which just happened 2 days ago, helps out. Because you know how Darnold had so many playmakers in Minnesota. Addison, Jefferson, you had your playmakers. Now you got Kupp, which helps out, and you've got Jackson Smith and Jigba as well. So he'll have some decent playmakers, and depending what they do in the draft, if they do want to draft a receiver, we'll see.
I feel bad for Jefferson in this situation because he had some pretty recognizable quarterbacks. He had a good amount of veterans on when he was with his QBs, but now
Yeah, playing with Kirk Cousins was amazing for him.
yeah, and he did good during the regular season last year with Sam Darnold, and now I really expect the Vikings to be bad this year.
Yeah, Justin Jefferson had tons of good quarterbacks. Yeah, he had Kirk Cousins. I think he's a really good quarterback.
Yeah, and he had Joe Burrow at LSU. The freaking
Yeah,
team.
Kirk Cousins is a great quarterback. I think he's just the best quarterback in the league.
Boy, he is not the best QB in the league.
Yeah, I'm being sarcastic. Yeah, no, Kirk Cousins is mid. I don't care if he was good with Minnesota. He's mid. Justin Jefferson can work with bad quarterbacks. And J.J. McCarthy with Minnesota is not a bad quarterback. Like, I think the Vikings made a good move not re-signing Darnold because I don't know what Darnold would have done, and personally I think he's a liability because what if it was a Daniel Jones situation? He did good one year, but then sucked the rest.
At best, he probably would have gone to backup again.
Yeah, exactly. You know, Darnold, good year and everything, but like, I think it's best for both sides that he went somewhere else. But you know, with J.J. McCarthy, you saw him in the preseason game he played last year. He did good, and he's a good quarterback. So I think Minnesota will be okay. I don't think they'll be bad. I think they'll still do okay.
Hey, we just gotta wait another 7 months. Don't worry.
Just 7 months, I know. But getting up to another quarterback free agency move. Justin Fields to the Jets. It was expected. I expected that. I have no comment. 2 years, $40 million. Fine. Not a bad move at all. I think that's probably the best move the Jets could have done.
Definitely not bringing old ass Aaron Rodgers back.
Yeah, no, that's a good move to move on. Yeah, his contract was out. You know, good move, just getting rid of him and starting fresh.
Good job, New York. For
Good
the
job.
first time in like forever.
Yeah, new GM. We'll see what happens. What was his name? Joe Douglas? Now that idiot's out of there. He was horrible. Now they just gotta get rid of their trash owner.
Yeah, that probably ain't gonna happen.
Yeah, my boy goes off Madden ratings. Ain't no way. But anyway, besides that, receivers, going on to
DK
receivers.
Metcalf. He goes to the Steelers. I'm pretty sure. Did I get that
Yeah,
right?
you got that one right for a second round pick. Good move. Pittsburgh again. I'm getting them credit. Good move.
Now
No.
they have good receiving core now.
Yeah, Pickens, Metcalf, like Pittsburgh, all they need is a quarterback. And like I said, also, no, I'll say this. If Pittsburgh doesn't want to sign Rodgers, what they could do is maybe sign, I'm sure there's some other veteran quarterbacks out there. I'm not really specific who, but if they do sign Aaron Rodgers, which I think they should do on a cheap contract, then they could go and draft Jackson Dart in the second round of this year's draft, develop him, and I think they'll be set.
Yeah, I
So
think that would be the smart plan.
yeah,
Go.
that'd be a pretty good plan if I was Pittsburgh. But I know that they probably have some sort of plan, but we'll see. But other receiver moves, we've got Devontae Adams to the Rams. That's a good move. That's a good move by the Rams because of Cooper Kupp leaving.
Yeah, they got a nice replacement.
If only they kept Cooper Kupp, they would have had the best receiving core in the league. So
Well,
yeah, that's a good give up, LA. Yeah.
speaking
I,
of
s-
receivers,
I still don't know why they gave up Cooper Cup.
do you know who we're waiting for a signature? Stephon Diggs.
Oh, I'm glad you mentioned that. I think I know why why he hasn't signed yet. Because of his injury. I think his injury is scaring some teams away and his attitude. His attitude's a little rough. That's why Buffalo let him go.
Yeah, they just couldn't frickin' handle his attitude. Same thing happened with Kyle Busch and Joe Gibbs Racing. I think Joe kind of got enough of Kyle Busch's attitude and really didn't want him anymore.
Yeah, so we'll see. We'll see. There's some good free agents still. Like Asante Samuel Jr. He's a defensive back. I was hoping Buffalo would sign him, but And if you guys need a reminder, he's a Bucks fan. I'm a Bills fan. Actually, now if we go into that, let's go into our free agencies for our teams, starting with Tampa.
Well, we got Chris Godwin, so that is pretty happy.
Yeah, my cat's interested in that as well. But
Well, let me get some stuff over here on Chris Godwin. So,
yeah, it was a $66 million contract for 3 years, I think.
correct.
That's what it was. Yeah, but then you guys also signed Hassan Reddick, so that's a good move. That fills an edge rusher void.
Yeah,
Now you
and
guys just need a defensive back.
yeah, not
And
still
guess
repairing the defense.
guess where you can get a defensive back from?
Where?
The draft.
Oh yes.
The draft is filled with good defensive backs. You'll be okay.
Yeah. So let's go into some free agency for your Bills, Brian.
So yeah, now to state this, I'm happy with our free agency. Very happy. But my one concern.
Yeah.
Brandon Bean, where the fuck did you get all this money from? There is no way we had this much money to resign 4 players, especially Allen, which Allen, amazing, glad we're keeping him. Love you, Josh. But, where are we getting this money? Like, we did not have much cap space to go into this free agency. And we go off, hey, Terrell, 80 million. Hey, Khalil, 80 million. Hey, Greg, 80 million. Hey, Josh, 330 million.
Well, the NFL is a business, you know.
Yeah, I'm like, oh my god, where are you getting this money? But I was stressing like, we're not going to have any money to spend in free agency. But then we go out and sign Joey Bosa, and I'm like, where? Where? But anyway, I'm happy. I'm sure Brandon Beane found a way around it somehow.
Well, I know some fans who are really not happy. You want to guess who those fans are?
I'm gonna guess. I'm gonna use three. We'll say it on three. 1, 2, 3. Dallas.
Oh, I expected you to say the San Francisco 49ers.
Oh no, Dallas. Dallas. I
Well,
thought you were saying Dallas. We're
Dallas
sorry, guys. We messed up.
Dallas fans have always been sad anyway, so.
Yeah. So they. Fun fact: Dallas has not signed one free agent for over $6 million a year in like 10 years. That's
Okay.
sad. That's
Yeah.
sad, Jerry. That's sad.
He is not fit for football anymore. His old ass needs to go.
Yeah, no, he ain't. He ain't. But anyway, San Francisco. Yes, their fans are
What
very
the,
sad.
the fuck happened with Deebo Samuel?
Yeah. Speaking of that, how? Why? Why would
That's,
you
one of,
trade Debo Samuel for a fifth?
that's the worst trade ever.
No, not the worst trade ever. There's way worse. Example. Let's see, what? It was New Orleans giving up every draft pick possible to get a running back, and then that running back doing mid. That's one of the worst trades ever.
No. Okay. But you have to admit, this trade is still it's one of the worst trades.
Oh, horrible. Very bad. No, I don't know why San Francisco would ever do that. Especially seeing what happened with DK Metcalf. Like, Seattle at least got a second for him. I thought that was a good trade for them. At least a second.
Yeah.
But like, a fifth? A fifth? No. Washington
No.
stole. Washington
Yeah.
stole that trade. They're gonna win the NFC Championship next year.
And you can't rely on Christian McCaffrey and George Kittle to carry your offense.
Yeah. Yeah, you can't. And your defense, you lost Hafunga and you lost Traverius Ford.
Sure, you guys got Nick Bosa and Fred Warner, but you guys, come on.
Come on. You can't rely on your star-studded players every time, unless you're Kansas City, but they rely on the refs mostly, so. Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Kendrick can't fake influence.
Yeah. 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 But anyway, yeah, that's something. But I know we're missing tons of free agency moves, and there's probably one big move we're missing. But
we'd be
that
here all night if we
we'd
tried.
be here all night. We'd
Yeah,
be here all
we tried
night.
to mention every single move in free agent.
Yeah, I know there's a comment section on this podcast, so if you guys see something or hear something we missed, please comment that. I'm sure I remember it. We just forgot it.
Yeah, we'd love to hear it.
Yeah, we'd love to hear it from you guys and any opinions on this. Any opinions on the stuff we talk about. We'd love y'all's feedback. Either on James' YouTube channel, which he'll post a link to this podcast on after we're done, or on this. We got just close to 30 views on our first episode, which was actually better than I thought. So thank you. Thank you, everybody, and especially our family who downloaded our podcast and listened to them as well. Very thankful. Thank you very much.
Your family will always be your...
Yeah. You're breaking out a little bit, James. You gotta fix your mic.
Oh.
Yeah. Thank you very much, though, for that. But moving past the NFL, let's get into the NBA, and then we'll get into some college basketball to close it out. The NBA!
The basketball scene has been really hot.
Yeah. And I am very sorry, Lakers fans. Pull out your sad violins. LeBron James. He's out for a week because of a groin injury. I'm so sad. Pull out that tiny violin. Yeah, LeBron James. has a groin injury. I don't know how much longer he'll be out, but since he's pretty old, it'll probably be at least a few months. I'm
And Luca
joking.
will probably have to carry the team.
Oh, he already has. Did he? Dude, I think. Oh, I forgot who it was against. Milwaukee. He had an amazing game against Milwaukee, like 26 points in the first half. Crazy. You know, Luca. You know, at first, like the first week, it was like, oh man, maybe Luca won't be as good on the Lakers. Nope. Nope. And threes like that, not. And I'm like, okay, never mind. I'm so sorry, Luca. I'm so
Well,
sorry. You're my hero. No, I'm joking. But
well, they're definitely winning the trade if that tells you anything.
oh yeah, Anthony Davis. Actually, I don't think he's coming back. He ain't coming back this season.
Mm.
So I mean, yeah. Actually, LA's playing right now. I'm sorry. Let me look how many points Luca has.
So,
He has 13 points and he's 3 for 6 on his 3-pointers currently against Phoenix, and they're winning by a good 15, 16 points.
okay, good.
Yeah. Actually, we'll get to this when we talk college basketball, but I'm looking at ESPN right now. Hey, James, guess the score of the Wisconsin-Michigan game. Just guess the score.
Um, 73 to
At
50.
halftime? At halftime?
Hey, I'm not even watching it right now, dude.
At halftime? In a college basketball game? No. I know I had a lot of voice cracks there, but no. It's 23 to 21.
Wow.
Yeah, that's wow. College basketball, wow. Man, kids, you guys gotta make a little bit more of your shots. I'm joking. Actually, watching college basketball, like they're physical. They're really physical. It's hard to score in college basketball,
Oh yeah. And plus,
especially now.
yeah, and they don't really have a lot of time to do it. Like the NCAA is a bit different from the NBA. Like they're
Yeah.
not they're not the same like business. You know
Oh
what I'm
yeah.
saying?
No. NCAA, they're not a business. They're not even
Yeah.
a business. They're just fun. But
Yeah.
anyway, getting back to the NBA. So let's go over the standings, shall we? I know I went on a rant a few weeks ago about the Sixers. I swear I won't do that again, guys. But let's see the standings here. Let me pull these standings up.
Let's
Okay.
start out with the East.
So the East. And by the way, we have some teams that have clinched their spots into the playoffs. Starting with Cleveland.
They
Let's
have definitely been the best team this year.
Yeah, they actually clinched the division. They clinched their individual division. Not the conference, but they've clinched the division. Boston has clinched their spot as well. Not surprising. And Oklahoma City has clinched their spot as well.
Good for them.
Good for them. And the standings, we'll start with the East. Go as listed. 1 seed Cleveland, 2 seed Boston, 3 seed Knicks, New York Knicks, 4 seed Milwaukee, 5 seed Indiana Pacers, 6 seed Detroit Pistons, barely on that line of a non-playing spot.
They're they are they're finding a reason to stay relevant.
Yeah, and I think they've been on a little bit of a losing skid.
Yeah.
Correct me if I'm wrong, but I think they've been on a little bit of a losing skid recently. Not bad, but just like they've been on a little losing skid.
They've
But
been on a 2-game losing streak.
okay, yeah, okay, okay.
Alright.
Then 7 seed Atlanta, 8 seed Orlando,
What the
9
hell are you
seed.
doing, Orlando?
Well, at least you guys have a playing spot. We're we're like the last in our. We're like last. Charlotte is 38 and a half games behind.
What
Yeah.
the hell?
Yeah, I know. Our team sucks. I'm sorry. I feel so bad for LaMelo Ball. But
The Wizards are getting better than you. There's nothing to feel sad about.
yeah, well the Wizards are actually worse than us, so we'll take that.
By
But
2
only
games.
by 2 games. And then Chicago rounds off the 10 seed. 4 games currently ahead of Toronto for that last spot at a playoff chance.
All right. What else we got here? 11th, the Toronto Raptors. 12th, the 76ers. They're still done. 76ers fans, don't you forget the last episode. Your team's done.
Yeah, your team's done. We're sorry, guys. Y'all team is DONE done.
All right. 13th seed Brooklyn Nets, 14th Hornets, and 15th Wizards. All right,
Yeah.
now to the West.
Yeah, I'll let you explain the West.
So the Oklahoma City Thunder is the only team to have a guaranteed playoff spot, sitting at number 1 in the Western Conference at 55-12. Number 2, the Houston Rockets. When was the last time the Rockets were this good?
James Harden.
Yeah.
James Harden.
Number 3, the Denver Nuggets. They're still staying relevant. Number 4, on a rebound year, the Memphis Grizzlies.
Oh yeah, John Morant's been staying out of trouble.
Number 5, the LA Lakers.
I will note that they have fallen down since the last episode in the standings. I think they were the 3 seed. They are now the 5 seed.
Yeah, LeBron. The team usually collapses without LeBron, so.
Yeah.
But they should have Luka to help them out, and LeBron's son, which is basically a third wheel. Number 6, the Golden State Warriors. I swear.
I've got to mention also as well. Round of applause for Stephen Curry. 4,000 career 3-pointers.
I thought he was supposed to be washed.
My boy is not even close to washed. He's chasing 5,000. Congratulations, Steph. I may not like the Warriors as much. Well, actually, we'll see. But let's keep going with the rest.
He'll get old eventually. Number 7, the first play-in spot, the Minnesota Timberwolves.
Barely, just barely, half a game behind Golden State.
They're gonna have to find some way to stay relevant. Number 8, we have the Los Angeles Clippers. They are not doing really good, and they've been doing okay in conference play, but their record is just barely above 500. So,
yeah,
if you guys want a playoff spot, now this is the time to step up. Number 9, the Sacramento Kings, who are sitting right at 500.
500. Yeah, looking at that, they're right at 500.
Yeah, but they're at 500 in conference play as well, which is shocking.
That is a interesting fact.
Yeah. And number 10, we have the Dallas Mavericks, who are the first team in the West below 500, and they are definitely suffering from the Luka Davis trade.
Yes, and I am actually I'm surprised they're even in a spot right now. Yeah, Devin Booker and the Suns, Kevin Durant and the Suns, right behind them. They're only a game behind. So, if you want my opinion, I think Phoenix, if Phoenix makes a push, I'll look at their schedule real quick. They make a push, they can get into that 10th spot and possibly get a clinched play-in. So, they're actually oh, yeah, that's right. They're losing horribly to the Lakers. I'm sorry.
Yep,
wait.
They're
But
losing.
then they've got the Raptors and the Bulls next. Then they got the Cavaliers, Bucks, Celtics, Timberwolves, Rockets. Bucks again, Celtics again, Knicks, Warriors, Thunder, Spurs, then Kings. That's a fun schedule, isn't it?
Oh, God. You just hope to survive against those teams. That's all I can tell you.
Yeah. Phoenix really needs to dig deep if they really want some final chance.
Definitely. Number 12, we have the San Antonio Spurs. Number 3, the Portland Trailblazers.
Number 3.
13.
Number 3. Yeah, Portland ain't number 3.
Yeah, 13. 13, the Portland Trailblazers. 14th, the first team eliminated from playoff contention, the
Second
New
team.
Orleans.
Second team eliminated. Utah's the first.
Second team eliminated from playoff contention, the New Orleans Pelicans, and 15th, the Utah Jazz.
Yeah, so Western Conference is not as interesting as it was when we had our last episode. But we'll see what happens as playoff time is coming around. Let's see. They have only 7 games in April. Let's see, hold on, how many games basically they have left. They have like maybe 15 games left. Or maybe even less than that.
So they still have a shot.
Yeah. But anyway, now to another main topic of this week.
March
Madness.
This is, oh my God, did stuff happen there?
Yeah, and you know, now that tournaments are over, basically, there's only 2 games happening now. Let's give a round of applause over also to Florida. Like, dang, good job, Florida. Like, who would have thought Florida? I mean, Florida's really good, but you would have thought that Auburn would have won the tournament for the SEC. But Florida coming up on top.
Shout out to them.
Yeah. Then you've got Duke even with the Cooper Flag injury. They still come up on top just barely over North Carolina, which I've got to apologize to UNC fans real quick. Man, that is heartbreaking how you guys lost.
Oh my God. And the dude who was crying, he was crying because he knows he messed up and cost his team a victory, and he made the free throw too, man.
Yeah, the guy made the free throw, and yet they still came short because of an infraction. And now they just got to wait and see because I looked at the bracketology. According to Joe Lenardi, they're going to be the last 4 out, or the first 4 out. One of the two.
Now that is unfortunate.
Yeah, very unfortunate. And I'll get to the bracketology after we finish up here, but you've got to also think too. Texas, what a run. What a better run than you'd think in the SEC tournament. Was it enough? According to Joe Lenardi right now, it's just barely not enough. So, it's going to be close. Going to be very close. But I am hoping that Texas does find a way in because I feel like they could definitely do something. But now getting to our teams, Florida State didn't have a chance. I'm sorry, James.
Yeah, this college basketball season wasn't really exciting to begin with.
Yeah, I mean, like I say also, Florida State's not known for basketball. And apparently they weren't known for football this year either.
Okay, buddy.
Okay, I guarantee you he just got pissed at me for that. Yeah, we'll see what happens next year. But my team also, Kentucky. Tough loss to Alabama. But we'll still make March Madness, I believe. So.
Yeah, you guys should.
Yeah, I think we should still. I'm pretty sure we'll still make it. I'm pretty confident, at least 85, 90% confident we'll make it. But man,
well, selection days is
like an hour and 20 minutes away.
Oh crap!
Yeah, so I'm gonna be watching that while eating my tacos from Taco Bell.
I made tacos yesterday. Those ended up really good.
Yeah. Uber Eats, by the way, audience, if you want my personal advice, get Uber Eats. You'll get tons of promotions. It helps me out a lot. So
I seriously need to try that out.
Oh yeah, James, if I send you a link and if I send some friends a link, I'll get extra promotions for myself as well.
You should do that then.
Oh yeah, I definitely will. I will get that to you later, buddy. But anyway,
Yeah, let's go back to sports now.
Yeah, let's go back to sports. So bracketology. I'll get into the bracketology real quick. Currently, let's see here. This is obviously Joe Lenardi's prediction. The first, the last four buys, or the last four in, I'm going to say last four in, are currently going up to Xavier, Indiana, San Diego State, and Vanderbilt, are the last four in. Then the first four out, currently, according to Joe Lenardi predictions, Boise State, Texas, UNC, and Ohio State. Followed by UC Irvine, Dayton, Wake Forest, and SMU. So, there you go.
Okay. Oh.
Yeah.
That was kind of a shocking one.
Yeah. So, yeah, but, if you want, I need to go on a personal rant real quick here. I'm sorry, guys. Arkansas! Hell no! You guys do not deserve to be in this tournament.
Oh my god.
You guys do not deserve to be in this tournament. No offense, but no, John Calipari, no. You do not deserve to be in this tournament.
True that.
True that, yeah. I've never heard that phrase before, but maybe it's because John Calipari, maybe I'm still a little mad at him. But no, you guys do not deserve to be in this tournament. You guys aren't going to make it past the first round. And actually, I got to make my bracket when selection day comes, once selections are made. So we'll give you, and James, you should make a bracket too. If you want me to make you a bracket, I will.
All right. Thanks, man.
We will share you guys bracket updates next week. And who knows, maybe perfect brackets can exist. I doubt. I very much doubt it, but we'll see.
Let's hear that.
Yeah, we'll see. But another thing to talk about also with this, UConn.
Oh.
Dan Hurley, he's had a little bit of a fall down season.
He was on the mountain, on top of the mountain just a year or two ago.
Great voice crack, by the way.
Oh, come on, dude.
Dude, I have him all the time too.
But he was on top of the mountain just 1 or 2 years ago.
Yeah, but now, 2 straight March Madness champs. But this year, we're going to have a new champion. I can feel it. And you know what? Every year, I create 3 brackets. My actual bracket, my dream bracket, which always has Kentucky winning, and my surprise bracket is a new addition to this year. And I want you to take one guess at who my surprise winner for this year is going to be.
Dude, you know I'm terrible at these. Just give it to me.
The St. John's, oh crap, what do you call them? Red Sea or something? It's like the St. John's something. Hold on, let me look that up real quick. But St. John's under Rick Pitino, whew, man, they've been good.
Yeah, it's the St. John's Red Storm.
The Red Storm, that's why, okay. Wow. Man, they've been good. That's my surprise winner for this year. Anyway.
That was their first Big East tournament since 2000.
Yeah, so we'll see. But happy selection day to everybody coming up in an hour. And with that, I mean, March Madness and everything considered. And by the way, Duke fans, don't cry. Cooper Flag will make it for the tournament. You guys will be okay. You'll have your superstar. You'll be fine.
Yeah, no need to cry a bunch of rivers. Duke is going to be just fine.
They'll be just fine. Don't worry.
Make the Final Four.
No need to pull out the tiny sad violin.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Blue Devils fans, I have nothing to worry about for now.
Not for you guys. You guys are actually my prediction to win the tournament. Right now, we'll see, but we'll share that bracket with you guys next week. But anyway, that's all the topics we got to talk to you guys about. This episode's a little bit shorter than last week.
Yeah,
So,
there really hasn't been a lot to talk about unless, well, the
John
next.
Cena.
Oh yeah, that.
That was crazy. So, I'm still very heartbroken. But anyway, with that, I think that's the end of today's episode, guys.
Yeah, I think we should call it here. Get this
Yes.
stuff uploaded.
Yeah. So we thank you guys again for listening. And, we should, also, if you guys want to comment, give us a name, please. We don't have a name
Hey,
for this at all.
we need some names,
We
ladies and
need some
gentlemen.
names, please. Anybody, anybody give us a name.
Yeah,
We'll,
we can't just have sports podcast episode something like that. That name
yeah,
has like
that's too generic. That's too generic, ladies and
no
gentlemen.
personality whatsoever.
Yeah. But anyway, thank you everybody for listening again, and we thank you to our first time viewers, the almost 29 viewers, if you want me to be exact, that we had last week for tuning in. Family, friends, anybody who was listening, especially if you listen to the whole thing. We credit you a lot. Thank you very much. Like we said, this is just something fun we like to do, and we'll try and get episodes to you guys every week, if not once every 2 weeks.
Yeah, but as far as I know, I don't see